Hey, this is Debra, aka Diddy Charles here, and I'm so happy to be back with you tonight on this video to talk about the power and the possibility of reinventing yourself. Hey guys, this is Monday night mindset night, and so we're going to talk about reinventing yourself, and I'm going to tell you a story about two people that became entrepreneurs and how they took their passion and made profits. Okay, but before I get into this video, I want to say thank you for coming by and spending this time with me. If this is your first time seeing me on video, then go ahead and hit the like subscribe button. If you're over here on if you're on YouTube, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and also hit that notification bell so when I come on and do my videos, I won't miss you and you won't miss me. And in case you're over on Facebook, go ahead and give me some likes, some hearts, and some love over there, and shoot me a message in the comments to let me know that you're vibing and find value in this video that I'm sharing. Okay, tonight is about mindset. And so we're going to talk about the power and the possibility of reinventing yourself. And the reason why I'm going to tell you this story to go along with this topic is because these two people have encouraged me to become, to put all that I can into the dream and desire that I have for myself to grow my business and to grow myself with a different mindset and a different attitude about life. Okay, so the two people that I'm talking about are they both grew up in families that was really had some really issues within them, and they learned to take those dispositions and position themselves into a greater calling in their lives. The first person I want to talk about, his name is Kenneth Brown. Kenneth Brown grew up in a home where his father was a chef and his mother was a housewife. He had four other siblings, and they all grew up and went to high school. And their parents, despite the fact that they didn't have a lot of money, never taught their children to have this bad mindset about being this poor mindset, I would say. So Mr. Brown said that his father would always teach them about having more than what they had. Him and his mom could give to them. So they encouraged each one of their children to go to college. And all of the children went to college, even though they struggled, but they went to college and got their degrees. Four of them got a bachelor's degree, but Mr. Brown, he went on to get his master's degree. He got his master's degree in the area of hospitality. And so when he grew up, after he finished college, he looked for a job, and he had a job as working in his field, but he wanted more. He had a dream. He had a desire inside of him to do more than what he was doing. So what he did was he worked during the daytime on his regular job, which was a manager for this restaurant. He worked there in the daytime, but he wanted to buy himself his own. He just wanted 3 hot dog stands. Listen at the story now. He wanted to buy 3 hot dog stands. So what he did was he worked at night on a different job as a waiter to fund his dream as a hot dog stand owner. And so one particular night, these two ladies came in, and they were well-dressed women and well-versed women. And so they sit at the table where Mr. Brown on his part-time job was working, and he was their waiter. So he went over and they started talking, and as you know, he was doing his thing, giving good customer service. He started telling them about his dream of being a hot dog stand owner. See, sometimes, guys, you got to think a higher level than what you thinking, sometimes you be on one level and God want to put you on another one, but he'll put people in your way, so that you can accomplish the purpose that he has for your life. So the story goes on that he started telling these two ladies about the dream that he had to be this hot dog stand owner. One of the ladies happened to be the CEO of the McDonald's. And so as she listened to his story and he would go back and forth, around with the other customers, they will always manage to want different things at their table so that they can get him over there to talk about the things that his desire. So Mr. Brown told them his story. And so the lady, before she left the restaurant, she gave him a proposition. She told him, she said, I want you. She said, I heard your story and I know, the dream that you have for yourself. And it's just such an inspiring story. I want you to come and work for me. I will give you, I want you to manage 3 restaurants, 3 of the McDonald's. So, she said, I want you to go home and think about it, and you think about it and you get back to me. So he went and he thought about it. And the restaurants what he was going to be managing was right in his hometown, but they just needed people there to to manage, that could manage it and do the proper things that they needed to do. So Mr. Brown called her up and gave her, okay, I'll do this. So he said that he went and he did the very best that he could. He wanted his name to be really known, because again, he was thinking this was going to help him to build his hot dog stands. Okay, so after a while, the lady that was the CEO, she got another position as the top national director or CEO or however that was. And she remembered him. She came back to him and she gave him another proposition. She said, if you can do this, she said, because you have done an excellent job at doing these restaurants, and you have built the momentum up here, and everything is just going really well. She said, but I noticed that when I first met you, that you had a desire and a dream to own your three hot dog stands. She said, but I don't have 3 places that you can own, but I got 2 franchise that I want you to have. And he said, I don't have the money to purchase these franchise. She said, but I tell you what, if you agree to go to Detroit, which was out of his comfort zone, out of the norm of the place that he had gotten comfortable with. She said, if you go there, then I can guarantee you, and I will help you to establish these two places as your restaurants. So that was a hard pill for him to swallow. Probably like us, sometimes if we get stuck in places and we really don't want to move, we then got comfortable. Money is flowing here and it's flowing there, and there's no need for me to move. But he really had this desire, and even though he didn't know nobody in Detroit, he took the risk, and this is what he done. So after he went to Detroit, what Mr. Brown did was miraculous, because like I said, he didn't know nobody in Detroit. He just moved there. So when he got there, he had these 2 restaurants, but he didn't have no good quality of people to help him to run the restaurants. So he remembered that when he was young, that he and his family, they were all, they were poor people, and they barely did have money to do certain things with. So he remembered that. He remembered where he came from. So what he done was he went to the DHS office of where the people that need assistance go. And he made a deal with the people. He said, listen, I have 150 positions that I need to get filled. And I need you to send me 150 people to to help uh, fill these positions. So the people at the DHS, they found people that they knew was qualified or wanted to work, and they sent those people over, and he interviewed them, and they started working. So what Mr. Brown did was to make sure that he had the quality of people that he wanted with working for him. He decided that he was going to start his own little uh, I would say like own little course that he was going to do within those restaurants. So he started teaching his staff how to do certain things that each one of them, as they would uh, uh, go through the course or go through whatever the action was, that they would spin off to a restaurant, or they would have their level of learning so that they could be a franchise owner, because he said that he wanted people that he could employ and duplicate what he was doing so that they could had restaurants. So I thought that was just a miraculous story, that this man um uh, grew up poor, and then he had a different mindset about what he wanted out of his life. And not only did he want it for himself, but he wanted it for other people. The second person, her name is Venus Reese, and many of you may have heard of Venus Reese now on through social media. But Miss Reese grew up on the streets of Baltimore. She was a 16-year-old young lady. Her parents was on drugs, and so her mom put her out of school. I mean, out of her home at the age of 16, and she had to live on the streets of Baltimore. But every day she would manage to maneuver around on the streets, and then she would go to school during the daytime. She had a teacher, her math teacher, encouraged her to apply for a NAACP scholarship. And what she had to do to get that scholarship was to write this essay about her life. And so she wrote about all the struggles that she had on the streets, that she went ahead and and they really employed her. And so Miss Reese, she not only went to not only did she go to win the scholarship, but she also went to college, and she got her bachelor's degree. Then she got her master's degree, and then she got a PhD, and she's a professor as of from now that I know of. She is a professor at a college in Texas. But the reason why her story is so fantastic is because Miss Reese always was positive. She said that she used the skill sets that she learned from the streets to help her to maneuver herself into a position as a business owner. When she went to college, she earned her degree in a literary science, and so she where she started teaching and coaching and doing stuff like that. So her desire was to be a motivational speaker, and so she had started doing some activities to get her there, and she met up with these um, um, men that own these businesses that they would bring people in to do speeches and stuff for them, and it was 5 of them. And she said each one of those men interviewed her and told her that they enjoyed the speech that she had given, but they wanted her to start doing these motivational talks for their company. So each one of them agreed to pay her $60,000 a piece, so that she could come and do these talks for her. And so that's how she got her business off the ground. Now, I'm telling you this: purpose meets is met. These young people were poor people, but never had the poor mindset. They had a desire to they turn their passions into profit. And so some of the things that Miss Reese was said, that she had a determination that she was not going to let anything that was in her past be the reason why she wouldn't achieve the goal that she wanted to do. She said you got to have a burning desire to want it. As Les Brown said, you have to be hungry for it. She was hungry for change in her life. She no longer wanted to be a part of the things that was going on around her. She never let those things become internal, but she kept the faith, and she kept doing all the things that she knew that she could do to accomplish her goal. And so that both of these young people, Mr. Brown and Miss Reese, eventually became millionaires. And so, guys, this is what I'm telling you from these stories that I mentioned. It's not where you start; it's how you're gonna keep motivating yourself and keep climbing up. There are gonna be obstacles in your life. There are going to be times when you think that people should be with you, but they're not. You're going to have to keep your hands to the plow. You're going to have to keep saying, I can do. And even the times when you feel just like you just can't hardly make it, you have to reach back and see, I can do this. I came from this place to this place, so I know that I can make this journey. You got to get your why so big that you know that you cannot, you got to look it straight in the eyeball and say, this is why I am doing this. This is why I stay up at night. And this is why I get up early in the morning. These are the things because this is where I want my life to go. And so even when family members or whoever is around you, they don't necessarily go with your journey. You got to stay on the course. You got to keep going until you know that you have given it all you got. So, guys, I just want to share those stories, that story with you about those two people that made their passion their profit, and they eventually became millionaires. And not saying that that might be the goal that you want, because you might be someone that just want to be free from the stuff that's going on around you. You just want to be free, and you want a way out. Get your mindset right. Put your mind on the things that you know that is in your heart, in your passion, and do those things. So this has been your girl, Debra Charles, down here in Pine Bluff, Arkansas, and I sure hope that you got some value out of or some inspiration out of this video that I'm sharing with you. And below the video, I will have, as I always say, the number one way that I make income online. And I will have other resources that you can use to help uplift you, motivate, and educate you on your journey to your next destination, guys. You guys have a good night, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.